I find I take the cookies
If
out of the oven
all the
after 12 minutes.
raindrops were lemon drops and gumdrops, oh, what a rain that would be.
So do we have music and everything to start
No,
in this one?
Once it goes live on the feed, we'll just start right now. All right, mic check. You guys ready to do this?
Yeah.
1, 2.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Brain Gravy Podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Heckman. Here in studio, we have Corey Coleman.
Hi, everyone.
How's it going tonight, Corey?
I'm fantastic, Ryan. Thank you.
And then to her left is Steve Wrigley.
Hey, Ryan, how are you?
Good. Back in studio after just 2 days since our last episode. We had that election episode. And, we have one more person here. Matt Reichman's going to be with us in a little bit. He's running late, so just keep it out for him. But, we're coming off that election episode where we went almost 3.5 hours, slowly realizing that Trump was going to be our next U.S. president.
I feel like I remember I was watching the TV sometime around like 6 or 7 or whatever, and I was looking through my Twitter feed, and there was one of the news sites in New Zealand had tweeted, and this was really early, man, like 7:30. The New York Times gives Donald Trump a 97% chance of winning this election. And I went, what?
Yeah.
And it was so early in the game, saw that, started reading my face off, just absorbing words on pages like a crackhead, you know? And then I went, man, it's going to happen. They're right. This is crazy.
Like, I think we started here at like 9 o'clock, and Tim read off the tallies, and it was like, okay. Like going into it, I fully expected Hillary to win, just because, not because I'm a huge hard-out Hillary supporter, even though I was in support of her over Trump, but just because
she certainly expected to win.
Yeah, I mean, if you looked at like it's all the.
Oh yes, she did.
It was just like
there was a cake. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
There was a lot. They had pens made. They had like Hershey bars with the she printed on
cigars
them.
made up.
Yeah.
But, after watching those debates and then after reading, like, online political websites just discussing her chances, it's like, yeah, of course. And then we started at 9, and then as every hour, Timtron 3000 gave us an update, and it's just like, wow, this is okay.
Well, and then we rationalized it, and then thinking, like, oh, well, the big states... the big states haven't given their
like
tallies
California
up.
with 54, I think it was.
But we all knew that was going to be.
Well, but Pennsylvania,
Pennsylvania,
they were on board.
That was one of the last states to, I think, solidify it too.
Yeah, that was kind of real close through the whole thing. I tell you what, the news networks were just the happiest they would ever have been in their lives.
Oh yeah, they were just like, "Are you kidding me?"
That thing couldn't have been written for television better if it was.
Yeah,
like
because it came down to the wire, and then it was the complete opposite of what it was. An upset.
Yeah, like if I was to sum up that 3 hours on the news, it would be like, and we're off, and Hillary's in the lead, and oh wait, Donald Trump's coming from behind.
He's coming from behind. He's gonna do it, folks.
They're neck and things, like
it's a photo finish here
because even in every single state that they were contesting. It was like, they had their little lingo they set up at the start about how, okay, and so if it's like leaning, then it means this. And if it's a toss-up, and it'd go like leaning to the Democrats, then toss-up again, then leaning Trump, then toss-up, then leaning Hillary. It was like everything was teetering back and forth to the point where I was sitting there at some point going, this is all a work. This is just a load of rubbish. Like, it's just, it's like watching a football game, but... someone's put it all together so that I'm gonna.
But nobody brought a football.
It's. I think the thing about it too is like I woke up like that day I was just like, okay, it's gonna be interesting to have the next female president. It's gonna be Hillary Clinton. It was so strange.
What do you mean the next female president?
Or the first female president?
Is there one we don't know about?
Yeah, no, the first female president. But I woke up that next day just like, is this like just feeling like a whole new reality? It just felt so strange. And then of course waking up to social media and seeing how many people were extremely upset.
I was in there.
People still are extremely upset. It's strange to see all the sadness it's brought in America. Really, it's brought a lot of happiness to a lot of people, but it's also
fun to be fired up, though, isn't it? Like, it's fun sometimes to just get out there and just kind of blow some shit up.
No, I mean, I'm ready for a little bit of normalcy, but
I
it
speak
looks like
from
that's not going to
personal
happen for 4 years.
No.
But that's all Facebook is, though, is people going, I'm just going to flame some shit up right now. And then they'll be like, oh, it turns out I've got some people are really upset in my... You knew. You had 6 specific people in mind when you were writing that post. Right. I didn't realize I was going to upset those, but those were the people you would think about. You were like, exactly. I saw Rick post something the other day about how he doesn't think Donald Trump is offensive because he doesn't think it's a bad... But instead of like posting something on his thing, I'm going to just put seen a lot of people lately saying such a... Just want to put out a... It's Douglas that you want to say that to. Just tag him in the comment, mate.
Fucking Doug.
People need to be calling each other out, instead of being all pass egg on Facebook. I've been doing it. I love it.
You know what? You know what I thought was amazing. Right as the I was awake until like 2:44 in the morning, and
same here.
And then they announced it at 2:50 or something ridiculous like that. I mean, I gave up just within like 2 electoral votes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like, and I tapped out.
I can't do it.
I can't. Like, it's gonna happen. I'll just wake up to it. It was like a one night stand, and I was like, I'm just gonna fall asleep here.
Well, you know what really put it in my mind is like, I think the episode here ended like at 1. I think I actually laid in bed at 2, and he was like 6 electoral college votes away at that point. I'm like, holy shit, like this is getting close. And then I that was the first time I'd been on social media since 9. So I went on Facebook, and I'm looking at all these posts of like people that never get like fired up on Facebook. I'm reading their posts, and I'm like, holy shit, something's happening right now. And then I go back, and that's when I checked and see how many electoral votes. I'm like, fuck, this is gonna happen. Yeah. And then I went to bed, and then of course woke up to
But my favorite thing was scrolling through Facebook and seeing the census of the United States and Canada, like the split screen of it.
Yeah.
And like the United States is just like plummeting, and Canadians, the population's just skyrocketing.
Dude, is it the Canadian Prime Minister, I believe, Justin Trudeau? Do you guys know about that guy at all?
Yeah, he
seems like a really fucking cool guy, and you look at him.
He
and
Trump are going to have some interesting discussions, I'm sure.
Yeah, I hope they televise it. But it makes you look like, why can't we have people like that in government? Why can't we have people like that in positions of power? Like, he just seems like someone who's up and up on how the fucking world works these days, not trying to change it to some idealized version that's never going to happen.
I reckon that what's going to happen is that like Trudeau will be like, I need to talk to the American Prime Minister, and Trump will be like, I've got to go talk to that goddamn Trudeau F word. He'll be all.
He won't be whispering it. He won't.
No, he won't be whispering it. He'll
be
on TV in front of 20,000 people going, I've got to go and talk to that fucking.
I just want to tell everybody. Yeah.
I can't even say, but he would, but then I reckon Paul Ryan would step in, and Paul Ryan would be like, oh, Trump, don't worry, mate, I'll go. I'll do it. And then Paul Ryan goes up there, and him and Trudeau just lock each other in a room and just start making out.
Yuck.
What do you mean, yuck?
Just thinking of Paul Ryan. He seems like an all right guy, I guess. I don't really know much about him, but
I don't know. I thought his speech was quite he calmed me down a little bit, I guess. Like him coming out and kind of going, look, let us show you what we can do with the Republican government, and I guess more just going, oh yeah, like he's still there, he's still the House Speaker, and if Barack Obama couldn't get anything done, Trump's not going to get anything done. That's outrageous.
I tell you one thing that I am thinking about with like this Trump presidency is, and I'm trying to stay optimistic about it. Like, I think that I hope Trump recognizes that he has a chance that almost no one ever gets, and that's to really change the direction of America in a very positive and meaningful way. And like now, I don't know what the odds are. You ask one person, they'll tell you he's never going to be the person. You ask another person, he's going to be the greatest person in the world. But like regardless, he has the chance to be a great president. He has the chance to really change the way this country's going and do things and do it the right way. Now, whether he does that or not remains to be seen. But what's
I can't help but
done
feel-
is done. But I'm just.
Am I wrong to say that like Obama came in under a similar wave, right? Like when he came in the first time, Democrats thought he was going to be this big change agent.
Yeah.
And that he was going to shake everything up, and that even the structure of his kind of whole campaign that first time round, when he wasn't really someone who had been kind of hand flagged by the Democratic Party to run their platform, and he did kind of come with this massive surge from underneath, but instead of, it was all the sort of lightsaber wielding Jedis instead of the dark plague of the Sith that is the ultra conservatives. But like I don't know, and then he came in there, and what happened to him for 8 years? He just got completely stonewalled. So there's stuff like Trump has all the Republican guys now, but then still, if he tries to mess around with special interest groups and all that sort of stuff, there are still people there who are going to be, he's going to have trouble fucking that shit up. It's not going to be as easy as him just coming in and going, out you go, and out you go.
I just hope that there's someone in the White House who just moms the shit out of him. Because right now I see Trump as a child. He has minimal understanding of how like government works. He's a businessman,
right?
So he understands business, and that's what he's about. So for him to come in, I hope that there are people who kind of, introduce him into, like give him like a small little task to do. Like, when my son wants to help and I'm painting a room, I give him like one of those little foam brushes and I tell him to like go fuck up over there in the corner where I know I'm going to put the end tables at.
Right.
Like I know I'm going to get that shit covered. But, go ahead. You go play right over there and with this safe thing, and then we'll put plastic on the floor right over there. You fuck up whatever you want, but you're helping. You're doing it. You're a painter.
So you're saying Trump needs like a nanny?
Yeah, he does. He needs somebody to like bumper him.
I think he'd be okay with the like getting breastfed at lunchtime.
Probably.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Matt Reichman in studio.
Reiki.
Hello.
Crazy out there. It took me so long to find some parking.
Is there a protest outside?
There is.
What are they protesting?
I don't know. I think there's a fire hall protest.
Oh, just protesting the fire hall?
Yeah.
It's
in the fire hall.
There's a lot of protesting going on today. Everywhere. All over the show, eh? New York City, people are marching up and down the street.
Why are you not protesting?
Oh, dude. I'm just going to roll with it. I'm into it. I voted for Trump the whole time. I thought he was great. What do you mean? I've always been a Trump guy.
Me too.
I reckon this is what every white guy should do, is every white guy should just go, who cares? We can be as big of an asshole as we want. We can do what we want. We can say what we want, and no one can do anything.
A lot of people are doing that.
We can be fucking president. Who gives a shit, man? So why protest? What am I going to be protesting? Life is really tough for me. No, it's not. I could stand in front of that entire protest and go, look at all of you, and find every single person that you could say something horrible about and just say it and then show them all my penis and turn around and walk away. And there'd be nothing anybody could do!
Yeah. That's the world we're living in, I guess.
Every white guy should just be walking around with a Bluetooth speaker blasting "We Are the Champions."
No way. Dude, people are getting fucked up in the streets for even just having like Trump stickers now. Did everyone see that video of that guy getting the shit beat out of him?
No way.
No, I didn't.
Come on.
Yeah.
Where?
It's a pretty brutal video, dude. Did you see it, Matt?
No, I didn't.
Speaking to that microphone really quick.
Hello?
Yeah, get that a little bit closer.
Hello?
Wait, so
Find the sweet spot.
someone's actually gone out and gone, hey, did you vote for Donald Trump? And
Oh
he goes,
no!
like,
if you
"Yeah,
have
I
a
did."
if you have a
1, 2.
sticker on
And
your
then
car,
they got beaten up.
Yeah.
For having a sticker on their car.
Hello? Hello?
Can you hear me now?
Is that legit happened?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's this video that's going around today of this guy. You've seen it, right, Corey?
Yeah.
Okay. So this guy just getting beat up by 3 other people, and it's just this white guy like just getting the shit beat out of him. I think he had a Trump sticker on the back of his car. Yeah, I mean there's also been like the other way too.
Who beat him up?
Just 3 random people. I don't know.
America?
I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
The Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost.
Yeah, it was Benjamin Franklin, George Washington. No, but I don't know. There's like
Were they all wearing blue T-shirts and being like, wearing Hillary Clinton T-shirts, being like, "This is the beat down Clinton."
No, it wasn't Snoop Dogg and Nate Dogg and Warren G. They were
just a bunch
I wish
of
it was,
people in like Hillary Clinton T-shirts just rolling up in just suburban neighborhoods.
No, I don't
Like-
know where this was, but it's shit like that's happening on both sides. I seen a Twitter feed
That's not
of people like this is the hashtag is Trump's America or something like that,
No.
and it's just like there was one teacher who said that their 7-year-old one of the 7-year-old kids in their class, a 7-year-old like black child, came up to her and said that she was scared that she's going to become a slave. Like this is like children are thinking. Like that's that now that Trump is elected that they might become slaves, and like she had to like tell this person like no, it's not going to happen.
Well, who's told her that?
I don't know.
Who's got
I
a
think
mum
it's-
who's going, if Donald Trump gets elected, they're going to make us all slaves again? I mean, like, that's an extreme.
That's one thing. Another thing is like people that are
it's like telling your child about Christianity. It's just cruel.
I don't remember that from the campaign.
But there's another one like where
yeah.
where like Muslim women are walking, are not wearing their.
Imagine if that was Trump's slogan during the campaign was "We still have the chains."
Oh my God, Jesus Christ!
Well, I mean, it nearly was, and would it have mattered? Probably not. Let's be honest, because the people who are dead like surprised about this say that's the fun. How did this happen? I was one of them. But then when you look at everything and you go, oh yeah, so like we all just, I don't know, we're living in a bubble. This is what it is. It's for real.
Yeah, this is the reality that we're living in, I guess. But I don't know.
I don't like our reality. It's so stupid.
It's great.
But listen, okay, so on reality, I was thinking about reality TV and how I thought this election was just a complete fucking joke. You know, like a social media joke. Just to see how far they could actually get away with it, right? So I was thinking that, you know, at the end of the election, Trump was seriously going to come out and be like, ha ha ha, you know, just got you guys, you know, come watch us on Trump Network. And this is going to be, you know, like a day in the life of Trump. And he's going to walk around with like a GoPro, you know, doing something ridiculous just to make a buck.
Right.
You know?
What if he came out and was just like, I don't want to do it anymore, and Mike Pence became our president?
Well, isn't that what he said?
What
on
a
the campaign,
nightmare.
essentially, is
That
that
scares
Donald
me.
Trump is going to focus on making America great again, and Mike Pence will do everything else, like essentially make
So
decisions.
what? Like Donald Trump is just going around hanging like little sort of dressings on things. Like he's like Donald Trump is making America great again. Mike Pence is running the Oval Office, and Donald Trump's just running around America with like tinsel, going, "Just gonna do this bit here, spruce that up a bit, guys. There you go. Some tinsel on the corner. That looks great."
Like a flyer on people's cars at the supermarket. Like, come see me. I'm going to be at the Oval Office on Tuesday.
Sorry, looks like you guys have got
Making
some,
America great.
yeah, it looks like you guys have got a few ethnics and a few minority groups kind of dirtying up your neighborhood. We'll just tidy those away in the corner there.
He goes up with a Trump flyer and like tapes it on someone's forehead and walks away.
What did you do with all
And then they
those?
get picked up later.
What did you do with all those immigrants, Donald? Well, do you want to complain or do you want to keep enjoying the sandwiches?
Oh, you didn't see all those flyers walking
oh man,
around
there's
earlier?
sandwiches.
You know, that Mike Pence being that's more frightening than Donald Trump presidency, I reckon.
What's that?
Pence
Yeah, everyone's
being
talking
in
about like,
charge.
oh, maybe we can impeach Donald Trump, but do you realize what the alternative
yeah, that's
is?
right.
Like,
That's he guaranteed. That's why he got Pence in there, because he was like, oh man, I'm going to be going to court for. Isn't he going to court for like a rape charge against a 13-year-old girl?
I don't. Is that still
Yeah.
going on, or was that just nonsense? I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Someone
I
brought
heard
it up.
but
yeah.
I'd also heard that it was just all nonsense.
Well,
so
here's
I-
where I'm at. Someone brought it up to me today, but then now you say that, and I go, I don't know. Maybe the person who brought it up had no idea.
I feel like if it was like legit, it would be a lot wider.
The point I
spread.
was going to make is that he's basically like, maybe that's what Mike Pence was he goes, oh shit, I'm going to be going to court for raping a 13-year-old girl. I need to put the entire country in a position where it's either I go to jail or... But then you've got Mike Pence, guys.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
He's brilliant.
Yeah, everyone was like, why did you get such a dick who no one would want to be... Ah.
Yeah. You know who Mike? Oh my God! You know who Mike Pence reminds me of? Do you remember in Star Wars, like the Star Wars, the original Star Wars, when you have Vader and then you have that lackey that stands behind him and gets choked once in a while when he fucks up? You know what I'm talking about? That's who Mike Pence is. It's just that guy, that old guy in the background that's like, I don't want to get choked today. I better just listen to what Vader
and then
says.
after that, he like goes up to someone and he goes, that like Chris Christie's there, and Chris Christie's like, oh my God. And then Donald Trump turns to him and goes, "You will not fail me, Vice President Christie." And he's like, you know, when that guy gets made new admiral, and you can see he's like, "I'm admiral, but at the same time, I'm so afraid." Shout out to big jugs of water, by the way.
Yeah, you're see, from the last episode, people might have thought that was moonshine, though, or should I say lunar glisten?
Whatever it was.
It's such a stupid thing to say, but I can't stop.
It's this is the
Vodka.
Kool-Aid. This is the Kool-Aid that the Trump supporters were drinking, and I got a swig of it. And guys, I am having the time of my life.
Actually, those are Hillary's tears.
Suddenly, everything makes sense.
That's a gallon of Hillary's tears.
Do you reckon that when she came out in that purple outfit, you know, she had all the purple flange going on, and then Bill had the purple tie for her concession speech? I was like, oh damn. Maybe that was her big victory speech costume, and she was going to come out and be like, "It's not about red anymore, and it's not about blue anymore. We must come together and be purple."
Purple's a regal color. Purple's the color of like kings and queens and stuff like that.
You know what's a sad thought is that when she first bought that, when she first bought that outfit, she was thinking, this is the outfit that I'm going to accept president in, and then as she's putting it on, it's like, oh my God, I have to give a concession speech.
Yeah, because like
she did not want to give that speech either. No. She was pissed. Did you see you watched it?
She was pretty great. I thought she was pretty gracious.
Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah,
she was pretty gracious in defeat, man. But at the same time, like, yeah, I actually brought a tear to my eye. I cried.
Yeah, she's just trying not to cry there.
Yeah, I was fucking crying. Man.
No,
I was crying like a baby watching that.
It was an emotional concession speech, and I you know.
Bernie Sanders was crying. Dude, Bernie Sanders was a wreck. Did you see that?
Yeah. I wish.
Yeah.
You know, the thing about...
It's going to haunt me for the rest of my life,
Here's the biggest thing that bugs me, too, about, like, you know, looking back on it now... I truly believe that Bernie would have won this election over Trump because... Do
you think so?
I think the DNC's biggest...
How would those debates have gone down in that way?
Well, think about how the debates went down as they did. It was basically Trump and Hillary having an argument, Trump fucking, you know, spewing stuff over here, and then Hillary doing that thing where she just stands there and then laughs, and then... You know what I mean? That's how all three of those debates went down. They would talk about an issue and then argue about who gets to speak. Like, oh, she's speaking longer. Well, he's been going 30 seconds longer than, you know what I mean? I think if Bernie was in those debates, it would have been Trump being exactly how he was, and then Bernie just shutting that down, talking to the American people about the issues that needed to be talked about, instead of doing this thing. The problem, like what Hillary did, was basically wanted to compare, like show the American people, compare and contrast. You can have this, or you can have this. This person's getting all upset. This person's standing behind me like a fucking Dark Lord. This person's doing all this stuff, or else you can have me, which I'm saying calm, cool, and collective, but still doing that thing where it's still an argument. You know, I think if, you know, coming off those debates with the fact that Bernie had a huge following before he dropped out of the primaries, and the fact that he wasn't under FBI investigation, whether that was warranted or not, I'm still not 100% sure how that went down or what to believe with the FBI stuff. But the silent majority is who won that election. Don't be mad at Trump supporters for going out and doing their civic duty of voting. Yeah. Be mad at the DNC for putting someone up there who had serious issues, who was unelectable, it turns out. You know what I mean? I think if Bernie was there, those people that seen Trump.
There's a guy on CBSN called Major Garrett, who's one of their reporters, who, like, about a week ago I saw him say on television, like, Major Garrett. He's been on the Trump trail, and you know when you kind of latch onto a reporter a little bit, and you go, "Oh yeah, like I like this guy," you know. He will occasionally say things like, the people in the newsroom will say something, and he'll go, "I wouldn't specifically put it like that. That would be a little bit inflammatory. I would maybe put it more like this," you know,
just a little bit real,
and we'll calm things down a bit. But he was saying that there's this great hunch of Donald Trump's that he has found this group of people who don't vote. And he'd kind of been talking about it a little bit, and then on the election night, I started getting that sinking sense of dread when he goes, there is this one hunch that like Donald Trump has, that there's this, you know, it's the greatest American hunch. If he's right, he's right. Yeah. And then when it started happening, going, oh man, but I think you've got to almost respect it. Like, if that group of people was so, I think the best way someone's put it to me is it's as much as the liberals want the conservatives to get into their headspace and into their way of thinking about how Donald Trump is just so offensive and he offends everyone, and all of the stuff that he does is really rude and really bad as far as what we all believe progress is supposed to be. These people are so, their perception of the government is that it is so pointless and useless and fucking horrible and stupid and is ruining their lives, and that the people who are running that government, their lives are sweet. You know what I mean? Like, all they see is a bunch of people who have fucking fancy cars and fancy suits going in and saying that they're running the country.
And they're overpaid.
And they're all getting paid heaps of money to do it. And all these people are sitting in fucking shitty houses going, well, how the fuck come? It doesn't make sense to me. If you're supposed to be running this country and making it better for me, your life looks pretty good and my life looks pretty dumb, so I feel like I'm getting fucking hustled. So if this guy is going to be a huge problem for you and all of your mates, then have fun with him. And when you think about it from that point of view, you go, all right, I don't agree with you, but...
like, in defense of those people, like, those people are the people that are just... you know, regular blue collar people who have, like, in an area like this, you can understand that because
and they're easily influenced by emotion over fact.
That's also true. I mean, but in an area like this where factories have in the past 20 years have been shut down, you know, go to Syracuse and see what a fucking ghost, like a skeleton
manufacturing
of a town
jobs are never coming back.
They're never coming back.
The information age, not the manufacturing age anymore.
But just jobs in general. Like, look at those the two places in Wellsville that just shut down. Whether those are linked to the presidency or not, you see people like that who are struggling to support their family, who are struggling to even find a job, and you're like, then you have someone that's on TV, you know, that's not part of that elite society that you're talking about, or what appears to be an elite society, and telling them that they're going to make America great again, basically implanting the idea of what they would like, what they grew up on. And in America 20 years ago, is a lot different than America now. The
only thing Donald Trump had to do was convince all those people
that
Hillary Clinton is the embodiment of everything that they despise about Washington. And he was sorted. And that's all his rallies were.
Yeah.
It was a brilliant campaign in that regard.
Yeah.
You know, but there's a lot of people, I'm sure, that were probably on the fence too, is like, you know, they woke up and, you know, maybe they silently supported Trump because they didn't want to get ridiculed by their friends, but maybe they would have also just supported the person that they felt was the best. So if you have, you know, Trump saying he's grabbing pussies and all this other bullshit that comes out of his mouth, and then you see Bernie, which is just this fucking honest person talking to the American public about real issues, who doesn't have, you know, $8 billion, who's not, you know, who clearly is like one of these people that is frugal in how they live. I think a lot of these people that were on the fence that might have voted for Trump because it's not Hillary, or like a lot of people who were so disgusted that they didn't vote at all, or just the people that voted for third parties. A lot of third parties would have voted for, like, third party voters would have voted for Bernie for sure. You add up all those votes, and suddenly, you know, Trump. I don't think Trump would have won, because it wasn't a blowout for Trump. He won by a small margin. That small margin would have been these people that, you know, may have voted for Bernie had he been in place. So, I mean, that's what I mean. Like, a lot of, you know, you can hate the results of the election, but really, like, I think you got to look at the DNC and say, how did the DNC fuck this up? Like, put someone in there who is electable, not because it's their turn, you know? What?
No, it's true, though. It's like, you know, you look at the whole situation from where we would all sit, like, you got beaten by Donald Trump. How did you fuck this up?
How did you fuck it up? Yeah. Like 3 weeks before the election, a fucking viral video goes out of him saying the most disgusting shit. And it's like, that's the person that people went out to the polls for. How did the DNC fuck that up?
How big of an impact do you think those Comey emails had?
How much?
Obviously a big one.
A lot, yeah.
How much, like, self-loathing does the American population have for themselves that they were like, you know what, I get, all right, okay. You know, it's like they're just like closing their eyes and just fucking going with it. Like,
I think everybody's doing that now.
Like,
Fuck,
oh my
I am.
God, like, okay, I'm just gonna roll with this. I'm gonna go back to like a happy place when America was great again, and like I'm just gonna pretend that maybe somebody else is in the office. Maybe they're living in a different house. You know, I mean, like, I think that America has just like completely gone on mental pretend. You know, it's
going to be sweet for white people.
I feel like you've been
though.
like that, though.
Like, for white people, it's going to be great.
That's
right?
why I'm not saying a fucking word. There's so many people on Facebook right now that are upset about this, and they have every right to be.
Yeah.
And as a fucking, middle-class white guy,
You
I'm
know
just
what?
staying the fuck out of that
Because
conversation.
that's what we were talking about firing up on Facebook before. That fired me up. Just like seeing white guys going, "Don't worry, the world keeps on turning around and around, guys." I'm
no
like,
way I'm saying that.
For
The
us
same
it
guys that
does.
are like, Obama's a Muslim. Like, don't worry, guys, it's gonna be okay. It's like, what?
Oh yeah, I'm not saying a fucking word. I'm just
But that's what I was thinking about saying. Was like, for me, what changes? But then, like, if I go fly from here back to New Zealand and home again, nothing's going to be weird for me at an airport, right?
Well, I don't know if you keep growing that beard out, maybe.
Yeah, dude, when I go full beard, I
What do you
have been
do?
stopped once, actually, and but still, like, you're not going to have any trouble traveling on a New Zealand passport or anything, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's not... But there are so many people for whom all those little situations, like, if you're from the Middle East and you want to travel home to see your family for Christmas, yeah, thinking, am I going to be able to get back in the country?
Right.
Like, and maybe you can, but who knows what happens? You don't trust it. That's the problem.
That's a real serious reality for a lot of
people, yeah.
Muslim Americans in our country now that are established citizens that in reality should have no reason to fear anything. But
I can't believe how ignorant some people are. There's so I run across a few people, and the one night we were watching Jeopardy, and this fellow was on, and he was brown skinned. Not a very descript, he wasn't wearing a turban. He didn't have a dot on his forehead. There wasn't any specific ethnic
cues.
Yeah. You couldn't tell, his name was Ralph. He was obviously been living in America for fucking ever. And he just happens to be brown. And this one gentleman was and he ended up winning. And this guy, he was like, oh, effing. And, and he's just making the most blasphemous, disrespectful, racist, such a terrible, terrible person, right?
Right.
And I looked at him, I'm like, you're a really big piece of shit. I said, if you're going to be that politically incorrect, at least know what you hate.
Right.
Oh, look at that guy over. No, he's an American. He went to Harvard, for fuck's sake. He's
Right.
on Jeopardy. He's not a terrorist.
That's the thing. It's and the thing about it too is a lot of people that are foreign that come to this country, they actually, this country's great for one reason. It's because someone can come here with no money and turn into to Donald Trump. People have done it. People have gone from nothing to billionaire in this country.
His wife done it. Trump's wife done it.
By marrying Trump?
Well, no, by
Before?
being pretty. But
people,
she came to this country.
But the possibility exists for people to do that, and fucking Bob down in Alabama, who's has a fucking the stars and bars in the back of his truck, isn't taking advantage of those opportunities. But some guy from India who comes over here and starts a mini mart. Not that that's a very stereotypical thing to say, but someone from over in India that comes over here and maybe puts up a store somewhere and runs that store meticulously and makes a life for him and his family, that's taking advantage. And like a lot of people that are foreign that come to this country do take advantage of those opportunities and make something out of the American dream, whereas a lot of these people that are being ignorant of other races and cultures, that opportunity's been there for them their whole life and they'll never take it. It's just the difference. It's just one of those things that bugs you is
it's more like
someone
the people
looking
that
outside, looking at the inside. What's that?
It's like more like the people that come from nothing, work harder to achieve something.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, that's it, and if that possibility exists for all Americans, and that's what makes America great, not making America white. Just
my problem is I feel like it's
think.
all such a moot point, all of it anyway, because as far as I'm concerned, we should have many years ago automated everything and just be all human beings are living like kings and we just have machines doing shit.
Just like that one planet on Star Trek where everyone's feeding each other grapes and everyone's in like sports, like a sports jacket and shorts, just walking around in a beautiful.
Yeah, and then there's Starfleet and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
like we've got everything we need to nail that on the planet. We know what we've got to do.
Yeah,
but it's just everyone's too busy going. I think all the things that aren't real that I care about are so different from all the things that aren't real that you care about that we should probably kill each other over it.
Well, that's part of this whole thing too is like as a species, human beings are in a huge paradigm shift between the old and the new. The old being the relics of pre-internet, pre-technology, pre-fucking fucking i7 Intel chips or processing chips. Like technology is changing at such a rapid rate. It's taking away jobs because that's what it should do. It's automating jobs that should have been automated fucking 10 years ago.
But that should just be what it is. It should just be like everyone just is kind of existing in the.
But the technology's advancing at this rate, and then culture's advancing at this rate, and it's just like that's the paradigm shift between the old and the new. And people look at that and they say jobs are leaving the U.S. Jobs are doing this. Jobs are being automated and. And people want to shift that blame on.
But then the same people who are bitching and complaining about the jobs being shipped overseas. I mean, like if they opened up a soccer ball fucking sewing factory in Hornell, how many people around here would be like, "Oh, I'm gonna go sew soccer balls"?
Yeah, but they can never sell because they would be too expensive.
Well, no, but I mean,
it better be okay with me blazing up before I come to work.
Well, no, but I'm right, and like, you need to take a test
get
for
high
that.
and
Yeah,
sew soccer balls.
Yeah, if they're like, okay, we want you to sew soccer balls for a living, but you have to take a drug test once a week. I'd be like, okay, but you should know I'm going to fail that drug test.
But I mean, like, and the same people who say that they're making the Mexicans sew soccer balls. Well, give somebody in America that job. Americans won't do that for minimum wage. Are you kidding me? I would not sew soccer balls. I'm educated. Yeah. I have a college education. I'm paying for my college education.
Right.
Sewing soccer balls.
Well, that's just the thing too. Is like in the southwestern United States, where they do deal with a lot of illegal immigrants that come up from Mexico. Illegal immigration is a problem, but the reality is a lot of these immigrants come up and do jobs that normal people that American citizens just won't fucking do.
No.
You know what I mean? And then people want to complain that they're taking away jobs that if the big problem is let's boil it down to something as simple as picking apples. I know that that's not what happens in the Southwest.
Jesus, right.
but if like a farmer needs people to is going to pay people legally to pick apples, they have to they have to have health insurance, they have to have all this other stuff. Suddenly the price of apples goes up, and then they can't sell enough apples or else you can have people that are work for fucking pennies on the dollar compared to an average person. They can keep apples at this price, and then they're still maintaining their business of selling apples. That's just the reality that exists for a lot of people in the Southwest, whether no matter what type of agriculture they're in. It's not apples, but it's I don't know, fucking avocado trees is one in California, but I mean, that's a reality that exists for people. And I don't know what the answer is, but I know the answer isn't building a wall and just saying fuck all illegal immigrants. Like, there's a way and a place to do that.
I mean, that as soon as there's a bunch of Trump supporters down at the Mexican border right now with a wall build watching party.
Oh my God, they're like mixing cement. They're like, we got this.
No, they're waiting.
I got my bucket.
They're not, because they know that Mexico's going to do it, right? So they're waiting for all these Mexicans to show up with cement, and they're going to sit there having a tailgate watching Mexican workers build a wall for them. Isn't that what it's supposed to be?
Well, Trump did say, and I'll make them pay for it. He could have been,
Yeah, maybe it's just a volunteer-built wall. Like, just come down, bring some cement.
Well, no, that could be part of like the welfare to work program.
What if
instead of infrastructure, we're building a wall today?
Yeah. What if this wall never gets built because everyone's just tailgating the whole time?
Oh my God, that's his plan, because he says he's going to round up and deport all the immigrants. But the thing is he's going to get any illegal immigrants from South America. He's going to round them all up, and he's going to go, "You all must walk in a line south, holding these bricks, and when you get there, just take a couple days, lay them, build a wall. Wait, no, but make sure you're on the other side of the wall when you build it. Don't build the wall while you're still. Don't build it this way. Make sure you're there building up, because you'll keep going away from the wall once you've."
Have you guys actually ever done that? Have you like fucked yourself like structurally? It just makes
built yourself inside of a cube. No.
I was painting my front porch.
Yeah, I played Minecraft.
Like dug myself a hole and realized I didn't have a ladder to get out.
Kinda, yeah. Well, no, while you said that, it reminded me I was painting my front porch. And I'm like, oh, paint here, paint there, paint here. And the next thing you know, I painted myself into the corner. And I stood there and I'm like, fuck. And I took a picture and I sent it to my husband. I'm like, look at me, look right now.
What do I do?
I did that when I was revarnishing the Florida house. I went all the way, shoop, and then I was in the corner. And I had like just the corner and then all this floor.
Like, shit.
That's where those marks in your floor came from. Your feet marks to the next door.
Take the socks off, guys. That would have been the move, I reckon. Because I'm one sock in. Oh, man.
Yeah, well, it would have been the equivalent of, like, when you lay concrete.
Home Alone. And tar and feathers.
You Home Alone yourself.
I'm so dumb. Oh, God.
But if you had your little feety marks on there, like, that's the equivalent. Like, if you lay concrete and then you press your hand into it as a memory for later.
Yeah.
And then write RH in my case.
We went to do that with my son's footprints. We had to relay one of the concrete foundations at our house, and we were going to put my son's 1-year-old footprints in the concrete after we laid it. And so we got it all set, my father-in-law and I, and it was all smooth out and even. And then my wife comes along with the kid, and she goes to put his feet in. And then as soon as his little 1-year-old tiny feet feel the cold cement, they go, "Ah!" So there's just these two kind of gouges in it. They're like, well, that's where his feet were there before it dried.
That's where you went crazy, Miles. Yeah. That's some funny shit.
Cute though.
Well, yeah, I guess this is just, Trump America is just something that we're going to be watching unfold over the next 4 years at least. I mean, 4 years
no me
for
gusta,
sure.
no quiero.
We got the best seats in the house, white folks.
Let's
just watch the party, eh? And the thing is it's great because we can just come in and out of the discussion whenever we feel like we need to prove we give a shit. Like, we can just watch Facebook and see all of our friends who are in minority groups get fired up, and then just once in a while we'll go on and be like, "Yeah, man, fuck all this bullshit that's going on. Fuck that shit." And then we'll
go back to sipping tea.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what? You know what would? Oh, I couldn't even go there. Never mind. What's your favorite color?
No, I know. I'd say the one thing that I'm looking forward to is and I say looking forward to, I hope nothing really bad happens, obviously, but it is going to be, it's going to be a much more interesting 4 years than it would have been with Hillary, probably. I mean, let's be real. If Hillary got in office, it would have been, her being a Democratic president with
it would be like if your mom was a teacher at school.
versus like the guy that comes in on the Harley and fucking
Yeah.
leather jacket,
Like
fucking
Uncle
kicks
Buck.
the door open. Uncle Buck, that's perfect.
Yeah, he's cooking the garbage.
Oh my god, dude, that is such a perfect analogy. Donald Trump is John Candy's Uncle Buck, and what is America? You know what? You know what?
It's a different movie, but when Trump was going to be elected, that was the Democratic Party doing the full Home Alone.
You know what my favorite part from Uncle Buck is when that there's this woman that's being really like just being an asshole to John Candy. I don't know what his actual Uncle Buck. And she has a big mole on her face, and he flips a nickel at her and says, "Here, take that nickel, go downtown and get a rat to chew that thing off your face."
It was the principal, or it was either the principal or it was like the guidance counselor or something.
God.
That's something Trump would do.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, let's be real.
What do you think of the? You were all in for Hillary, weren't you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I was for Gary. I was going for Gary. No.
What do you I don't know about all that stuff. People are being really hard out on people who voted for Gary Johnson and people who didn't vote. I mean, for God's sake, like, that's part of it.
Yeah,
no one has to do nothing.
Yeah, we can
That's
at
not
least
the reason.
unite and be angry at the people that didn't vote, right?
Like, it just seems like the people who are the most angry at democracy in general right now are the people in something called the Democratic Party. It just seems really odd to me that they seem to be so fed up with the democratic process. But, like, isn't that your thing?
That's just the thing is like,
Don't get mad at people for voting for Gary Johnson. It's great. We
Yeah,
live in a
people are
country where
voting.
people do that. It's awesome.
Well,
Vegan.
and you also cast your vote and your ability to have your voice and have your opinion. I respect people who vote. I respect their opinion more so than people who don't vote, because you at least took the time out to officially say, like, "Dear America, this is my vote. This is what counts." You know what I mean? Like, even if it's for shit, even if you voted for a fucking ham sandwich, you went out there and you were like, "You know what? This is my vote. This is my opinion. I'm making it count."
yeah, you can't hate on people for just doing their civic duty.
Or not doing it if they didn't want to do
Or
it. I mean,
being
it's-
a human.
I mean, that's
because that's what Gary Johnson's probably standing there going, I thought they had this in the bag. I thought it was going to be okay, guys. I thought I'd be able to at least raise a bit of awareness for the idea of a third party. But look, it's Donald Trump. I thought they were going to destroy him.
I had a rule after the election. I wasn't going to share anything political. And I broke that today because I seen the funniest fucking meme. Yeah. Time for a punny sig. No, but I broke that rule today and had to put out a punny sig on my leg because I seen the funniest meme about Gary Johnson. It was a picture of a reporter saying, "Mr. Johnson, what do you think of the election?" And then Gary Johnson's like, "Fuck, I should just pull it up." But it was something like, "I'm fucking this up. I'll just pull it up." Hold on one sec.
Massive jugs of water.
I really
When
wanna get
the apocalypse is impending, make sure you've got one. Always carry around enough water to get back to your loved ones in under 2 days.
Okay, so here's the meme.
You never know what's going. All right, good.
It's
Is that Greenwood water?
CNN says
This is well water from Andover, and it's goddamn amazing.
CNN says, so how do you feel about Trump winning? And Gary says, winning what? When was the election? CNN, yesterday. And then it's just this picture of Gary Johnson looking extremely confused. Which is like, I mean, let's be honest, like, I was pro Gary Johnson for a little bit, and then I was like, I don't know. Once you said, yeah, and then it's like, just that's like that meme embodies.
Are you
Gary
talking about
Johnson.
that whole Aleppo thing? I don't know.
Well, it was that, and then like
There's a bunch of
Everybody
things for Gary.
everybody got worked by the media this election. Like, everybody got worked by their whatever the news network is, because they were having boom ratings, killer ratings for the news. The news are having ratings, guys. I talk like Trump now. It's my new thing. The news are having ratings. It's ratings for the news.
It's bigly as fuck.
It's bigly as fuck ratings, man.
news ratings is.
But you think, like, that's what this whole thing was for them, was just a ratings grab. And we all just worked
ratings,
into it.
pussy,
I
whatever.
didn't. Fuck the media, dude. I don't fall for that shit, but a lot of people do. Fuck the media.
Fuck the media, man.
I love the media. I love
Actually,
the
as a
media.
white
It's
person-
such a fantastic distraction. You put your arm down.
Yeah, I was about to say fuck the media like the. But
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit, as a white person, I should not do that right now. I should not be doing
Just
that
do
right
it.
now.
You can do whatever the fuck you want, dude. Do it. Do two of them.
No.
Woo!
Did you see?
What are you gonna do, man? Trump is president. It doesn't fucking matter if you're a white guy anymore. If you're looking at me and you're a white guy, we can do whatever we want. It doesn't officially fucking matter ever.
The views of
Wait,
Steve Wrigley do not are
that
not
was
expressed.
different before this?
No, it's just official now. Like,
Oh, all right.
I feel like before this, we were all hesitant to be that way. Like, we all knew that white men were still on top of the world, but we also knew that we kind of had to be guilty about it and feel bad about it, otherwise we might get slapped down. And we just found out that we are gonna get slapped down anymore. White men can do.
I think
what-
it's fantastic. I can't wait for like T-shirts to come out. You know what I mean? Like T-shirt with like Trump, like Trump going like this, and he's like, "I'm that guy," you know. And then it just like gives you permission to be like a complete douche. Like everybody in New Jersey is gonna have that T-shirt.
Mine's gonna say, "I didn't vote for Trump, but I'm riding the wave."
Yeah.
And the wave is Trump's hair.
You know what would be funny if it like every T-shirt came with like a Trump card and it gave you like access to like come to his one of his casinos and get like $50 free play and then like a free pussy grab with every Trump card. And then it's just like a
grants
ghetto.
you one free pussy grab.
Yeah,
at any
go
Trump-
like go America. Here's a Budweiser, and you get like one of those foam fingers that was signed by Miley.
Yeah, I'm waiting for it to arrive in the mail. I'm waiting for a letter in the mail from Donald Trump, and I open it up, and it's like a legal get out of jail free card.
The first thing it says, "Congratulations, you're white."
Yeah. Here's a get out of jail free card for any one offense. And here's the guy we're gonna pin it on.
It's like one of those. It's like when you donate money to like one of those feed the starving children things, and then you get a
For
picture,
50 cents a
and then you
day.
get a picture of the person that you're helping. It's like, this is the person that we'll be pinning it on. His name is I'm not even gonna say it.
Look at us all just
And
sitting
he
there
was and he was
laughing.
definitely not picking apples.
Even though like we're joking about it, we're still just four white people sitting here at this time in history.
I'm not
just
white.
Laughing and you're not.
Nope.
We've
I'm the absence of white. I'm clear. I'm a fucking
I'm translucent.
yeah. I'm a plastic bag full of milk. Get the fuck out of here. I'm so white that like you can watch my blood flow. You can watch my blood circulate in my body.
Look how Corey's just trying to establish how white she is now that Trump's president. She's like, hey, I just want to tell everybody how white I am.
Yeah.
This is my parents' ethnic history. You can see that they've been white for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Hundreds of years, going back to the...
It's like, you know how every white guy always used to say, I have a black friend? They don't even do that now. All my friends are white. I don't know a single black guy. I don't have to now.
Oh, God. Shit is going down right
Yeah,
now.
imagine how many black guys like that. What the one black guy in this small town who are getting phone calls over the last like couple days from white friends going, "Hey mate, it's Gavin here. Turns out I don't need you anymore." So
That's just the thing. It used to be like white guys saying, "Hey, I have a black friend." Now it's black guys saying, "Hey, I got white friends."
I got all white friends here. Look at my contacts. Here's Rick. Here's Carl. Here's
like-
Fred.
It's like on Twitter, like, I've been verified. I've been verified. God, this is bad. This is bad.
not for us. For us, it's amazing. It is
It's
shocking.
I mean,
it's
you know,
shocking because
I don't know how I
can't
feel
help-
about making light of it.
Oh, what else are we gonna do, dude? Ride the wave. Just
You know what? But I mean, see, I think it's okay to mildly razz about something if you're not said stereotype. You know what I mean? Like I to make
Yeah.
fun of yourself is like, you know, as that white guy, as that typical white guy, when you're not super douchey, and you know you wouldn't say those things, and you wouldn't do those things to women, and you wouldn't run for the presidency. And
all I know is the
This is becoming all too familiar.
I'm pretty sure the
Yeah.
only rule is like that the only thing worse than white people laughing at the tragedies of minority groups is them then trying to justify why it's okay that they're doing it. That's our whole big problem, isn't it? We always go, but then technically, if you look at it from this point of view, and people are like, you piece of shit. You translucent piece of shit.
Yeah, I mean, like, do I understand white privilege? Yeah.
Yeah.
But do I understand being oppressed by society for hundreds of years? Fuck no.
No idea.
I mean, I went to Walmart and stood in line just like everybody else. I went to, so personally, I mean, like, I can't feel, that oppressive for 400 years of my,
Well, that's just what
my
I mean, like-
ancestors.
But you have an understanding of it, and you get why for so many people who aren't the stereotype that or the group that's in this room, for Muslims, for blacks, for Hispanics, for so many women who've dealt with so many different things over their lives that are awful and that we'll never understand.
Yeah.
So you can understand why Trump being elected is such an alarming and horrifying moment for those people, right? But all those people who voted for Trump, and that's the thing they can't understand. Like, I don't think they can.
They don't have as much empathy.
They don't have as much
essentially.
empathy.
Yeah.
That's right. They can't put themselves in the position of what it would feel like to be that Muslim who's going, can I go home for Christmas now? Because am I going to be able to get back in the country? I'm afraid I don't know.
Well, that's
they
just-
can't put themselves in that headspace.
That's why I think one of the things that like alarmed me the most was that little 7-year-old girl that thought she was going to be a slave now. Like, think about
We've
what,
still got the chains.
that's terrible, Steve.
But you know what?
This is actually a
no, but
Green
hold
Line head
on.
last night.
Let me make this point. Is like childhood is a special thing. Like like for anyone that's been a child at one point in their life. But what I mean, it's like you don't want to think about a sweet 7-year-old girl
No.
like thinking in her head that she's like
But
that
then
something like that
also-
could happen. You know what I mean? Like that's.
But there's some responsibility that needs to be taken somewhere in there for whoever the grown-up was.
I think it was probably other kids, dude. Like
No. Here's.
you think
I'm raising children at the moment, and actually, my daughter is biracial, so I can kind of understand, and my opinion is validated because I have personal experience, right? I have raised my half Puerto Rican, half white daughter to be just like every fucking buddy else.
right.
She's a girl. She's pretty. I haven't raised her to be super white or super Puerto Rican. I just raised her to be a decent fucking human being.
Yeah.
To be polite, to be respectful, to do her homework, to try her hardest, to pick up her shit. I haven't raised her to be racist against anyone. Like, raising a human being to not be an asshole takes so much effort. To raise someone to be a racist takes a lot more effort than that.
I know, it's driving me crazy.
I mean, I can't imagine, having a conversation around my daughter where I'm like slamming another race when I just want her to be like nice to her little brother.
Right.
Like just be nice to the people who live inside of your own house. Please don't hate an entire race. It seems
That'd be a way easier way for me to do it, because I'm trying to make Miles really racist. And it is a lot of work, because you're walking around the neighborhood going, that's a blank one there. That one's from the Middle East, okay? And,
Yeah.
this is how we feel about them.
Yeah.
We think they might rob us. They might try to kill us. Oh, dude, so much. When you're right, it's just like you've got so many. I've got to try and get this kid to just eat the. If he's going to spend all day asking for an icy, eat it. Don't change your mind after we've unwrapped the whole thing.
oh my God, do you know about organic apples?
You're still stuck on
Oh,
that.
Jesus. The difference, you try to give your kid a regular apple these days versus an organic apple. People will lose their fucking mind.
Yeah.
Is it organic? I don't fucking know. It was on the floor 10 minutes ago. Are you going to eat it? My kids eat fruit snacks out of the couch, for fuck's sake. Organic? I don't care.
I had a guy flip out at me at Wegmans because we were, where they have all the juices and smoothies and milks and like the to-go kind of just at before the checkout there. And my kid, Miles, he's like, I want a juice. And I was like, please, obviously. Always says please. And I said, all right, mate, we'll get a juice. And then Cyan's like, maybe we should get him a smoothie. It is nearly dinner time. And I'm like, oh, that's logical thinking. So I look up to look at the smoothie thing. And then I hear this guy go, whoa! And I look over and there's a dude there and he's got like his arms up and Miles is like staring at him, freaking out. And the guy's like, you got to keep your eye on your kid, man. And I was like, oh, he's right there, dude. I'm holding his hand, just looking for a juice for him. And he's like, oh, I almost ran into him. And I went, oh, well, but you didn't. And he went, well, still, you got to keep your eye out. And I was like, well, it looks like you were keeping your eye out.
Yeah, get on your fucking phone, asshole.
No, he wasn't on his phone. He goes, but I go, it looks like you were keeping your eye out. And he goes, yeah, well, I shouldn't have to. And I went, oh, well, but you didn't hit my kid. And he was like, yeah, but that's not the point. And I was like, is the point that you might have hit my kid? And he goes, I wouldn't hit your kid, sir. And I was like,
wait, were you thinking about hitting my kid?
yeah, I was like, what are we arguing about then? He goes, I'm just saying, you got to watch out for your kid. And I was like, thanks.
You know why? It's because you're growing your beard out, and suddenly it's okay to say those things.
He was mad. He was.
Does your son realize you talk different? Has that come about yet?
Nah, because his accent's like a weird little mix, and I pretend I'm an American around him.
Yeah, how does he say no? You said it one time.
No. No, Daddy. Yeah, he's got his own
I was thinking about that earlier. Like if your child like starts hating on you because you're an import, So I mean, like, is he? Is he gonna come home from school and be like, Daddy?
Imagine if I walk out of my son's there on the phone going, hello? Yeah, I'm just
fucking foreigners.
Calling about my dad. He doesn't sound like the rest of the family.
My dad's an immigrant, and I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
I got this number on the back of a Trump card.
I got this letter in the mail today because I'm a natural-born citizen.
I'd like to come to the rally.
What would you do if...
You know all that me joking about, like, being white and just roll with it? I was trying to, like, joke around and make my wife laugh this morning. Like, obviously just being such a horrible version of anyone who would be stoked with a Trump presidency that it's funny. And so I am marching around in my kitchen going, I am white and it is great. But my son is at the mimic age. And he... Oh, my God. Yeah, he busted a little one out back at me. It was like, I am white, na, 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 something like that. My wife's like, we are shutting that shit down right now.
Oh, my... Yeah.
And that's how it starts.
Yeah, he goes off to preschool. Oh, man. No good. No
I can just see
good.
Cyan being horrified once she realizes that Miles is like, even though he's pantomiming you, but just the fact that those words are coming out of his mouth.
Yeah, and you know what? The two of them are like dressed in the same little hipster clothes and marching in sync.
Hipster clothing can be oddly reminiscent of late 1930s German clothing, though. Let's be as far as like the button up, the
retro.
The best.
I'm gonna have to start just pretending I'm American, eh?
Yeah.
Like, because then I've got it sweet. Like, if I fully shave, wear my New York baseball cap, and just walk into bars and go, "Hey, any of you guys here got the type?"
Because then you would be made fun of for whatever that was.
Hey, can someone here help me out with my car, guys? I got a flat out there.
My flux capacitor's acting up.
Someone here loan me $5 for the jukebox. Is that a thing? Is a jukebox $5?
We still got jukeboxes, but they're connected to the internet now.
Or what isn't connected to the internet? All of it. Russia is plugged in.
They have
what was that all about Putin? He was Putin on the Ritz. That meme that was going on around ages ago.
Putin on the Ritz.
Putin on the Ritz. He was like, am I supposed to do this? Am I supposed to make Putin on the Ritz for Trump? Okay. Didn't he have like the military kind of marched around a little bit in front of the Kremlin, dude. And they went, yeah, Trump is president. Pow, pow, pow.
That's like immediately the next day, like we're friends with Russia now.
I know.
You know,
Oh, we're like BFFs. Like we got like necklaces that like best fries and
There are nesting dolls. There are like Russian nesting dolls coming out, and it's like a Trump one, and then you crack it open, and there's a little Putin, and then the little Putin there's a little Trump, and then the little Trump there's a little Putin, and it's just Putins and Trumps. Just keeps going.
Those
And then
are
the last
amazing.
one is Mike Pence going.
if that doesn't already exist, we need to make that and start capitalizing on
Yeah,
that because that's
seriously.
a
Dude,
fucking
that's a
awesome
great
idea.
idea.
Brain gravy. We'll make him. There's got to be a way that you just make up some graphic, slap it on a nesting doll someplace.
Yeah.
So, hey, but don't send your manufacturing offshore, please.
Yeah, we'll get people in Hornell to make them.
Yeah.
And they'll probably do it for free in this area.
Yeah.
They'll be happy.
We can paint Trump's face now. Oh, sign me up.
Donald Trump inside Vladimir Putin, inside Donald Trump, inside Vladimir Putin. That's what you call it. You call it Donald Trump, Vladimir Putin inside Donald Trump, inside Vladimir Putin, inside Donald Trump, inside Vladimir Putin, inside Donald Trump.
That's that. If someone hasn't made that porno already, it's gonna be made by tomorrow.
Oh man. Now it's, when you have one of those ideas where you go, if I had the motivation to wake up tomorrow morning, figure out how, I need $3,000 to get
In an Etsy account.
6,000 nesting dolls, Vladimir Putin,
Yeah.
Trump. It's going to take me 3 days to get it done. If I go get a $3,000 bag, I could do this. I could. Your brain starts going, and then there's that thing that goes, "Oh, who are kidding? You're going to wake
That's
up."
your wife. because there was once upon a time my husband was online and he was like, "Honey, I'm gonna get an entire skid of Camelbacks." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Military surplus. I'm gonna get this skid of Camelbacks and I'm gonna sell them online." And I'm like, "No, like I don't want a skid of water vessels like taking up a lot of room in our house, honey."
Forever.
Yeah, like forever, right?
That would have been like the thing that you guys fight about in like your 80s.
Oh my
Like,
god.
we still got Camelbacks, you
yeah.
idiot.
Yeah.
Like 30 years from now, one of your kids is bringing their fiance around for Christmas dinner, and the only thing they say is, "They're a great family. Don't ask about the Camelbacks."
Yeah. Or else like your
I
husband.
turn into Oprah on Halloween. I'm like, "You get a Camelback, you get a Camelback, you get a Camelback.
Everybody-
Fuck those candy bars."
Every one of your family members gets Camelbacks for Christmas for years.
Halloween, kids are like, "Don't go to that house, though. She just gives out Camelbacks." No candy.
The Camelbacks do have a full-size Snicker in them, though. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
But you have to take the Camelback.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, so I mean, like, I've shut
Your whole
down
front lawn is just thrown away Camelbacks after people get the Snickers out of them.
No, but I know. But
my recycling doesn't have water bottles in it
But
anymore.
Trump inside Putin, inside Trump, inside Putin, inside Trump.
You could sell those. That
Or if we could get them made by the end of November, if we could start selling them tomorrow with like a will ship date, I'm telling you, man,
God, that's,
you
that's
just
a-
need the demo
Christmas.
model for the Facebook video. You know, the one that starts auto playing.
Yeah.
This Christmas thing is hilarious. Fake website that's not us that reviewed it. You know, a little video of the fucking, oh, what a gag, and then buy it here though on the link. Watch the bank account roll in.
No, it's like Newsweek rating it, but it's like week with 2 Ks at the end. But people only see news.
Newsweek.
Like yeah. Like people only bothered to look at the first couple letters and Newsweek. Oh shit. The New York Times and it's like,
Can't stop thinking about it, Ryan. We've got to do it tomorrow.
no,
We're desperate, mate.
I'm busy.
You and me.
we should do it.
We need money, bro.
I'm not
Probably won't be
co-signing
that
this
hard.
bullshit.
I don't know. The ironic thing is that like these minorities that Trump and Putin hate so much would be the ones making it most likely.
Dude, it's Trump inside Putin, inside Trump, inside Putin.
And then
Wait, how you guys gonna make you? What you need is the 3D printer now.
yeah.
I'm sure there's got to be a place where you can just like get printed novelty bullshit on a nesting doll. They have all sorts of stuff like
Yeah.
that now where you can print something on something. Someone's got a website for it. And some
Right.
people do it for weddings. Oh, for our wedding, it's me. It's my husband.
Koozie.
I'm inside the husband, and then there's our 6 future children, and they're all in your little take-home bag from our wedding. # Brian and Sarah's day. You know? You can get all
We
sorts
have
of
to
stuff.
be able to
mate.
do this. Yeah, and the cool thing about it is like you would just have to order like the same graphic for each one. So it's not even like you have to get other graphics. It's just one graphic, the other graphic, then that same graphic.
It's just that same one repeated over and over again. Unless, like, they're in different stages of undress as you undo the nesting doll. Fully clothed, shirt off, pants off, dick out.
Fuck, dude, you would sell at least 1,000 of those. At $20, 1,000 people would buy that.
Especially if the
Flash
last one.
forward to like 2079, and then there's like a skid full of nesting dolls sitting in the corner of your nursing home room.
Okay.
Yeah, and the worst thing as well is that every time I show them to people the last one, because they all gradually take their clothes off, and then the last one, which is the full nesting doll that doesn't split in half, the gag is it's got a little spring-loaded dick, so when you pull it out of the lower cup, it goes... No one's into that one? Too far with the boingy dick?
Yep, too far.
Okay,
That would
we'll
involve-
put him back in there then.
Fold them back in. Yeah, you know, like honestly, another thing that would actually probably sell is like, have you guys seen that meme where it's like people share it was before Trump became president, but it's like if Trump becomes president, this is like the dream team, and it's Trump and then Mike Pence and then the Secretary of State is like fucking
Iron Man.
is Iron Man, and then it's like
Captain America.
But
Thor.
like I think I seen Ben Carson on there or Trey Gowdy or just like the all these super conservative people. That should be the nesting doll is like Trump first, the second person is Mike Pence, and then it just goes with every person. I mean, like why not take advantage of all these people that are pro-Trump right now and like just start making money off these motherfuckers?
I reckon Trump inside Putin inside Trump inside Putin.
That's a good one too. I mean, yeah.
Actually, you know what? And
That's
then
the
the
go-to.
last
That's the
one,
go-to.
instead of the boingy wanger, you can just have like a crying Hillary. like all the way nested inside, and it just have like a weeping little Hillary doll, like in a purple little outfit.
If you did a crying Hillary ornamental fountain, there was like a little Christmas ornament fountain that you hooked up to you put some water in it, and it just had a repeater, and it was just Hillary's tears coming out into a little bass fountain, and you just put it on your mantle. How many of those? To how
You could
many?
sell
And then you
those.
could like crank it, and then it goes, I'm sorry.
No,
I'm so sorry.
Or just,
Oh
it
my
wouldn't even have to be. If you're trying to get money out of the Trump voters, it would just have to be the sound of her going.
Also, you could dye the water red, and it could come out of wherever.
These are things that would make money. This is the thing. It's like all these things would make
When
money.
I said we can say anything and do anything, I didn't mean everything.
You know what that reminds me of? Do you remember that episode of South
Are you
Park?
scared I'm going to be president?
Yeah, dude, I would love a Reichman presidency. President Reichman just sounds good. Makes the country sound so much more frightening.
President Reichman. Because it has the word Reich in it.
Yeah.
Third Reich. President Reichman.
The third Reichman.
That actually does have a ring to it, not because I'm pro-Reich, but just President Reichman. Sounds like a very prestigious name. You should try to run.
I think it's the president.
You should go with that. You should keep that.
Change my name to president?
And this is my friend President Reichman.
Yeah, it makes you sound legit, dude.
Do you have kids, Matt?
No.
Okay, Steve. Has Miles ever asked you to call him something other than Miles?
No, he's very insistent that we call him Miles.
My
or
son
a
went
little boy.
through a stage where he wanted to be called Godzilla. So we had to like introduce him as Godzilla. Like,
How do I get that update? That sounds like fun.
oh, it's coming. It's coming.
Oh, that's great.
That's DLC.
But you know what? The following update fucks your whole entire system up because then they want to call you by your first name.
Oh,
So then you're not the cute Dada.
he
Dada.
tried to do that with Mum.
Mike's
he called her
son.
Cyan, and she was like, she shut that down straight away because I'd been yelling it to her across the house. Hey, Cyan, can I grab a whatever? She'd be like, yeah, okay, you can have a beer. Oh, thanks, honey. And then I'll run to the fridge and I'll drink one really quickly and then get a second one. He I guess heard me, and when he goes Cyan and like yelled at her across the house, she just came walking to the room and she went, no, I am Mommy. And he went, sorry, Mommy. And I was like, that's right.
Oh,
Shut
Sorry,
that
I
shit
didn't
down.
mean to.
Oh no, my kids called me my entire government name. They
What?
even added my fucking social security number, my mom's maiden name.
521-87621.
Make
Where's
me a
my-
peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Where's my juice
pronto?
box?
Yeah.
Where's my juice box?
Yeah, that's coming next. So they're not gonna want to be themselves, and then they're gonna want to call you out by your entire government name.
Hey, you know what that just reminded me of? Did you guys ever watch that show that was on Fox way back when? It had, it was about like an apocalyptic future. It had, what's her? Shit, I'm fucking this up. It was, fuck, I want to talk about the show, but I can't remember it now. Can't
From an
remember the name.
apocalyptic future.
Yeah, it had
Where?
that. It was like the
Come on, mate.
the
you can
show
do
that.
this. Come on, Ryan. Oh man.
What else you got? Is there dinosaurs in it?
No, it wasn't. It was. Dude, it wasn't Terra Nova.
Let's narrow this down. The what's the one that was the video game as well? The RPG that they tried to release at the same time as the TV show.
Oh, Defiance.
Defiance, was it Defiance?
Oh, wait a second. Hey, I'm sorry. I know. Just hold on. So I just live streamed us.
Wait, that's
Yeah.
the stream of us now.
Yeah, that's us. Look at that. Look at the technology.
Wow.
Isn't that neat?
Have you got any idea what that TV show was?
I know. Ooh, piece of candy. Look.
I forget. Let's just move on from it.
I'm not going to be able to move. I can't. You can't leave me with
Okay,
unsolved mysteries, man.
All right, let's work backwards.
There are
Who's
at least 6 people viewing this.
who's the girl? Who's the girl that was on? Remember that movie with
There's only one person watching right now.
It's me. Who's the?
That's so
Remember
funny.
that Good Luck Chuck? Who was in Good Luck Chuck with Dane Cook?
So
Who's the female lead in Good Luck Chuck? Does anyone remember that?
Was it Dane Cook?
It was,
it was
what's that girl's name? It starts with
Amy
Ab.
Smart.
That's not a person. It was okay. So you've seen that movie Good Luck Chuck, or Abba, or what's the girl's name? This is we're gonna get to this if we're gonna fucking chug on through this.
Good Luck Chuck right now.
We are. Yeah, this is getting more and more like.
Because it's a boring ass way to end the podcast, but we have to at least solve
Yeah, we have to end this on a
mystery, right? We can't just finish without like.
It's a mystery.
Well, let's figure this one out. Let's get to the bottom of it.
I just
Good
heard
Luck
myself laugh.
Chuck.
Good Luck Chuck.
How far behind?
It's on your phone, right?
Yeah, I have a really obnoxious laugh. It's terrible.
It's everybody's laugh is
Jessica
weird to
Alba?
themselves. What's that?
Jessica Alba.
Jessica Alba. So she was at Jessica Alba. She was in this show on Fox, like in the early 2000s. About she was like a genetically modified person.
That looks
Dark
like
Angel?
Dark Angel. Yes.
Jeez, all you had to say was Jessica Alba.
That's why I was trying to bring up
Like,
Good
what
Luck
else has
Chuck
she
to figure
been
out her
in,
name.
really?
She's
Did-
Hispanic. They
did
all
any
look
of
the
you-
same to him, and who cares?
Did anybody watch? Did anybody ever watch Dark Angel?
No, what's that?
God damn it! Fuck you guys.
Yeah, I did.
Was that on the C Dub?
No, it was on Fox. It was like where there was. It was like.
It was like a Batman knockoff, kind of.
no.
Jessica
It was
Alba wears like a cat suit and fights crime.
Yeah, but like it's secretive crime against like an overruling government. Like it's where like drones are in the streets because no one can. Like a society has fallen, but it's barely hanging on a thread. Like everyone has to follow
Like
the
what
rules.
America's going to look like 2 years.
That's
from
what
now.
I want to. That's what I want to bring up. Is like that was America 20 or that like predicted 20 or 17 years ago. What if that came true? That's like drones flying in the streets, like people on the internet, like doing cyber terrorism is the main form of combating the government. Genetically modified humans in cat suits. They're all
Could
So what
be
we need
anything,
is
mate.
we need Jessica Alba right now, is what you're saying.
the hero that America needs.
Yeah. Well, with the Trump presidency, I guess it is like all bets are off now. We can do whatever's going to happen.
Steve just thinks it's like it's open game now.
Yeah, man. It could be drones in the streets. Who knows? Let's do it. Amazon drones.
We might put legs on them.
They'll be doing
That'd
deliveries.
be like Metal
and-
Gear Solid. Yeah.
I'm thinking about getting a gun now.
Wait, was
I think it's a
Metal
good
Gear
idea, right?
Solid the
Thinking
one
about
with
investing in
Snake?
that.
God, you're really investing in this Trump America. I'm thinking about getting a gun.
He's going all in.
Yeah, I want to learn how to get a gun. We'll keep it safe in the house, but probably be a good idea to have one, eh? Who knows, mate? Could all go crazy
I
tomorrow.
mean, you live in a really violence-free area, but it's all. I mean, if shit goes downhill, it's always good to be.
The
prepared.
worst thing that's going to happen is I'll I don't know, shoot someone by accident, but I'll probably get away with it because the party is going on for white people.
Jesus Christ, Steve. Yeah, I mean, should you get a gun? Absolutely. Should it be?
And a jug of water.
Yeah,
Start
always
stocking up.
People will be like, "What are you drinking a big jug of water for?" Because we can do whatever we want now. There are no more rules for us.
No rules.
There's nothing. If this Trump vote, because it's like that thing that like we were saying at the beginning of the podcast, it's so sad. Like all these people who just their whole America has changed now because of what, when Trump gets elected and everything that he stands for and what he means is just, it just is saying things are going to be different for you now. You're going to have a tougher time at airports because of who you are. You're gonna, you're gonna get looked at sideways, and it's a different America for you.
All because of Trump. I mean, I wouldn't
because
have
of
looked...
how they feel. Because just the fact that he got elected and half the country is, to them, it's not that half of the country is going, we hate the government so much that all these things that you think that he said that are offensive, we don't think that him saying something one time is so bad that it overrides what we think is potentially our one and only chance to ever really fuck shit up in Washington, but that to the other side, they think that 52% of the country specifically voted for Donald Trump because they want to bring back racism, which is not entirely true. There are probably some people who voted for Donald Trump who's that's what they're into, but the perception of America for those people today certainly is one where they just got told to get fucked by half the country.
Yeah,
it's awful, man.
Yeah, it's very
but
awful,
that
man.
for us, it doesn't mean a thing. And that's what so many people are on Facebook today going, don't worry about it. I'm like, what are you talking about? Yeah, don't worry about it for you.
Yeah, that's why I'm just not
that
even saying a
perception
fucking
thing
word
again.
right now.
Yeah. Not to be a bummer or anything, but I mean, Jesus. And then some guy wrote me, I guess I should feel guilty about being a white man. And I was like, no, you just got to really not be a dick now, dude. It's the main the job that anyone who's white and privileged right now has in America is to just not be a fuckwit about it. Try and kind of, I don't know.
Empathetic.
Yeah. Think about other people for a little bit.
Absolutely.
You have got everything that you want.
All right, I think
translucent people, though. You guys,
I know.
We can see right through you.
I know.
You're like white squared.
But boom.
Yeah. All right. So let's end on that one. It's been close to an hour and a half now. Yeah. Anybody?
Feels like 5.
Do we want to plug? Steve, you have anything to plug?
Yeah. Head on over to the old Steve Wrigley Facebook page. Flip us a like. Check out some of our videos.
Don't forget to vote.
Maybe a little late.
That's a little late. Yeah, same for me. If you guys haven't already, please make sure you like our Facebook page. Share our page with your friends. Tell people about it. Try to subscribe to us on iTunes. Subscribe to us on SoundCloud. It's really easy. If you have an Android phone, download SoundCloud. If you have an iPhone, the podcast app is already on there because it's an installed app on your phone. So just go to the podcast app, search Brain Gravy. It'll be the first thing that comes up, and just hit subscribe to it. That way, you'll always be updated with the most recent episode. Other than that, if you go to our Facebook page, there's all the links to our old episodes. There's links to our Twitter page. Links if you want to donate to the podcast, there's a donate link on there. Consider it. Consider donating a couple bucks. Other than that, we will see you next episode. So have a good one. Say goodbye, guys.
Good night.
Guys.
Party for the white people.